Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Kelvin here. So the other day I was browsing through Hardware Zone, admiring my hate comments when I suddenly saw a thread titled Fed up interest rate to fight inflation, CPF never up SA interest for Sinti retirement. And I thought to myself, he has a point. While all the other interest rates have been going up, why did CPF interest rate remain the same? Is it because CPF wants to... Never mind. Better not simply say, later I get POFMA. Anyway, I was super curious about this, so I went down the rabbit hole to find out why. And after digging around for a few hours, I found some interesting stuff. So in this video, I want to share whether the CPF interest rates will go up or not, or touch wood, go down instead. And if so, how likely will that happen? But before I start, I would greatly appreciate it if you can help to tap the like button and subscribe if you haven't done so. In return, I will show you a cute dog. Alright, let's start right now. So, CPF has been having the same interest rates for so long that we almost forget that the interest rates can actually change. If we look back at history, the last time CPF changed their rates was in 1999. It's been 84 years. Just kidding, it has only been 23 years only, yeah? But it's still a very long time. This is mainly due to the fact that the US interest rates have been going down since its peak in the 1980s. However, right now, we are in a special period where inflation has reached 9.1%, a 40-year high, leading to some people predicting that the federal funds rate could go as high as 5% by next year. So, with the next CPF review coming up in 2 months' time, will CPF finally decide to raise interest rates? Okay, to answer this question, we need to first understand how are the interest rates calculated. Alright, let's first start with CPF OA. According to CPF, the formula to calculate CPF OA is 80% fixed deposit rates and 20% of savings rate of our major local banks, DBS, UOB, OCBC, over the past 3 months. So, for example, for the previous quarter, we saw that the 12-month fixed deposit rate was around 0.1% and the savings rate is 0.05% among all the banks. With a simple calculation, we will come up with 0.09%. So, why is our CPF OA interest not at 0.09%? Which, if it actually happened, everyone will go Hong Lim Park, cry father, cry mother. The reason it's not at 0.09% is because there's a legislated minimum interest of 2.5% per annum, meaning our CPF OA will always have a minimum interest of 2.5%. But if the calculation comes up with a higher number, then our CPF OA interest can go up. So the question is, will this happen? Yes, it's possible. For that to happen, the savings interest rate and the fixed deposit rate needs to go up. In the past, bank savings interest rates were reported to be as high as 9.5%. Yes, that's right. Banks were giving the same kind of interest as crypto platforms a long time ago. But as time went by, the rates started dropping till it's almost 0% right now. If you check the DBS rate, it's just a super sad 0.05% interest. If you put in 10k, after 1 year, DBS be like, nah, here's a $5 for you to buy Cai Fan. Then you'll be like, my high interest savings account actually gives 0.5% to 1% interest what? Yes, that's right. But CPF is not looking at the high interest savings account rate. It's just looking at the normal savings account, which gives a set 0.05% interest, yeah. So that's savings interest rate. That one like quite hopeless. But what about the fixed deposit rates? If we look at this chart by mortgage wise, the fixed deposit rate or the rate line has been trending downwards. But recently, it has started going back up. So, got hope, right? Let's find out how much the fixed deposit rate has to go up before CPF OA interest rate is able to go above 2.5% interest. Remember that the equation is 0.8 times fixed deposit rate plus 0.2 times savings rate equals 2.5%. We know that savings rate is most likely to be fixed at 0.05% interest. So, using simple math, we find that the fixed deposit rate needs to go above 3.1% before CPF OA interest is able to go up. And I'm not talking about the high promotion FD rates like the one UOB has now. I'm talking about the lower normal 12 months fixed deposit rate that's only 1.15% interest. And for that to jump to 3.1% is almost impossible. If we look at past data, after CPF started using this equation in 1999, the highest it has ever been was 22 years ago, in July to September 2000, at 2.16%. Fast forward to now, it's only at 0.09%. So CPF OA interest go up, you wait long, it will continue stay at 2.5% interest for now. Quick pause, I want to talk about the sponsor of today's video, Skillshare. Skillshare is an online learning community with thousands of online classes for all sorts of topics. They got tons of classes on personal finance, stock investing, and options trading. I'm always looking for ways to improve myself. And right now, I'm taking a class called Social Media Success, video storytelling on YouTube and beyond by Lily Singh, who's, by the way, a super successful YouTuber. In this class, Lily shares the process of how she creates her viral videos from start to finish, like how to come up with ideas, how to script and film your videos, such that it's engaging yet authentic. So, because Skillshare is sponsoring this video, the first 1,000 people who use the link down below will get a 1-month free trial of Skillshare. In this 1 month, you can take dozens of these classes, from creativity to entrepreneur to improving your life. Sure, you will get to support this channel, but more importantly, you will get to learn tons of new stuff from Skillshare. With that being said, let's get back to the video. Next, let's look at how CPF comes up with the interest rate for special account, Medisave account, and retirement account, or short for SMRA. The formula for SMRA is quite easy. You look at the past 12 months average of the 10-year Singapore government securities yield, then you plus 1%. Why this equation like so random one? According to Mr. Tharman, they wanted to peg the SMRA rate to a 30-year SGS rate. But there's no 30-year SGS bond. So they ended up choosing 10-year SGS, then added 1% to make up for the spread. For the previous quarter, the average 10-year yield was 1.72%. You plus 1%, then you get 2.72%. And again, there's an interest rate floor of 4% per annum. So it will always be a minimum of 4%. However, take note that this 4% floor is not fixed. It will be reviewed every year. The next time this will happen will be in September, where CPF will be reviewing whether they want to change the floor or not, among many other things. Whether that will happen or not, we will just have to wait and see. So right now, the question is, can SMRA interest rate go up? For that to happen, the 10-year yield for SGS has to go up. Check this out, the 10-year yield used to be around 5%. Since then, it has been slowly going down. But recently, the rates have started to go up because stonks. Right now, the rate is around 2.8%. So if you add 1%, we will be very near to the 4%, right? Not so fast, because remember, it's the 12-month average yield. So the SGS yield needs to be consistently above 3% for 12 months. Then we can see SMRA rates go up. Will that happen? It depends on how long this inflation will last. Because if investors believe that inflation will be around for a long time, they will prefer not to hold long-term bonds. Because after factoring in high inflation, they will get a lower return or even lose money. And because there's lesser people holding long-term bonds, the price will go down, causing the yield to go up. For SGS rates to go up, this inflation will have to remain high. Some people believe that the inflation has peaked, while others believe that it can still go up. Personally, I believe that the inflation may be peaking soon, which means that it's likely that SMRA rates will not go up. But I may be wrong. We'll just have to wait and see, yeah? Okay, here are my thoughts. As you can see, CPF cannot just happy change interest rates. Instead, the rates are determined by either bank interest rates or SGS yields. But then, you still need to remember that all these formula and laws are man-made and can still be changed. However, changing it won't be easy, as it will need to be debated and passed in the parliament. And if you do it wrongly, people will go cry father, cry mother at Hong Lim Park again. Or even worse, mess up the plans of many Singaporeans who are dependent on their CPF for retirement. Anyway, that's how CPF interest rates are calculated. Hopefully, now you understand more about our CPF. Like, share and subscribe as I'll be posting new videos every Monday, Wednesday and Friday.